in today's video, I'm going to be telling you all the two major ways to profit from the real estate industry. All right. So one of them is through a method which we refer to as capital appreciation, and the other one is through cash flow. All right. So briefly, I'll be talking about capital appreciation, but if I delve into the topic in detail, I want to bring you along memory lane. In 2019, a particular incident happened. I got a bag of rice for 22,000 naira as at 2019. All right. So coming to 2023, towards the December period, that festive period in 2023, I got that same bag of rice for as much as 48,000 naira. I kid you not. All right. So imagine if I decided to save my money. Probably I decided to save that 22,000 naira in my bank account in 2019, hoping that I will be using it to buy a bag of rice in 2023. By the time it gets to 2023, I won't even be able to buy one bag of rice. All right. So conversely, if I had 50,000 naira saved in my account in 2019, you and I know that I'll be able to buy at least 2 bags of rice in 2019, and I will still be left with some extra change. But if I should leave it in my bank account, hoping that when it gets to 2023, I will buy a bag of rice, then eventually it gets to 2023, towards the end of 2023, I won't even be able to buy 2. I'll be able to buy 1 bag of rice. I'll be left with just 2,000 naira. So this is an illustration on how saving your money in the bank works, or on how inflation works. All right. As time keeps going on, the price of things escalates. They keep going up. All right. And if your money is being kept in bank instead of put in a real estate or any other better investment portfolio, then it hurts your funds against inflation. So that is why it's not good to most times keep your money in the bank when you can use it for something that is profitable. Okay. So for instance, a person who have as much as 4 million naira some years ago, probably in 2019, and a person who have that 4 million naira now, the value of the money are not the same thing, because the things you will buy with that 4 million naira in 2019 is not the same thing you will buy in 2023 or even in 2024, which is this year. It is not the same thing you will buy. All right. What you will be able to buy more, the 4 million has more value in 2019 than in this our present age and dispensation. Okay. So now this leads us to what capital appreciation means. Capital appreciation is basically acquiring assets at a fixed price, and subsequently there happens to be an increase in the value of that asset. Okay. Alternatively, it is when you buy a property at a particular price, and as time goes on, due to the economic realities, the price of that property, the value of that property increases. That's why it is always important we tell people that they should invest in real estate, because it hedges their funds against inflation. Inflation happens everywhere. It's not just peculiar to Nigerians. Inflation happens everywhere in the world. So the best way to hedge your funds against inflation is to put it in real estate. Okay. So a certain time ago, I heard one of my very senior colleague, whom I respect so much in the real estate industry, and her name is Mrs. Tosin Omotosho. She shared a story, a personal experience of hers many years ago. So then she was working in Ibadan, which is in Oyo State, and while she was working, she was doing this 9-to-5 job, and she had 300,000 naira saved in her bank then. And at the time, she saw a land in Ibadan which she wanted to buy, but she was skeptical about buying the land. She was skeptical, and later on she didn't buy the land for 300,000 naira. She didn't buy it. So that same year, she discovered that the value of that land escalated to as much as 5 million naira. Okay, check out the return on investment on that particular profit she would have made if she have acquired that land. She was so filled with regrets, though she has moved on that stage. She have moved past that stage, but she was so filled with regrets. So this can happen to anybody. All right. Now let me equally share another story with you guys. A man bought a land many years ago. He bought the land for two lands, actually two plots of land for 850,000 naira each. And after 5 to 6 years, he sold one plot out of those two plots for as much as 15 million naira. I kid you not. He sold it for 15 million naira. Now look at what he did with the proceeds he got from the sales of that land. That 15 million naira, he used it in, renovating his house, making it better, developing his house, and then part of that money was invested into acquiring another property on that land in a very strategic place. Okay, so you look at how that was how he was able to do these things. A land he bought for just 850,000 naira, and as time went on, the thing increased, the value appreciated to as much as 15 million naira. I kid you not. So that's the wonders of real estate. So imagine having your money in the bank. I'm sure your bank won't give you interest like this. Nothing can give you interest like this. No, nothing in terms of something that is secured, because real estate is more like a secured investment, particularly when it's being done rightly. It's not a risky investment like forex and cryptos. Those ones are high risk investments. If you're talking about something that is not mid risk, then you're talking about real estate. So it's important, if you have the funds, rather than putting in your bank, invest in real estate, buy land. Okay, and that being said, you can even use the money using buying land to build your house. Let me give you an illustration. You can decide if you want one of the easiest way to build your house is simply by buying lands. Ask me how. It is simple. If you buy lands in strategic places, and with time the value increases, what you should do is not just one land, probably different land, bulk lands in different places, or even in the same places, provided it's bulk land, not just one. And then when you're ready to build your dream home, you can as well sell one or two plots and then use the proceeds from that land in building your home, just the way the elderly man did in the this thing I just said, in the instance I just gave, in the illustration I just gave, just the same way the elderly man did. You can actually do it like that. I know a lot of people who are doing something like that. All right, so if you've not invested in real estate, you have the means, kindly invest in real estate to hedge your funds against inflation. Now, the second method by which we can make profit from real estate is what I term cash flow. All right, now let me give you an illustration on how this cash flow works. You buy a land or a property, you lease it out to people, and then in exchange for annual payments or monthly payments known as rent. So let's say you buy a property, a land, a virgin land, and you give it out to someone to place his or her container there. Maybe the person wants to put his container there so that we'll start selling things on the inside the container. Then on monthly basis or annually, depending on your agreement with the person will be paying you rent on that property. And the good thing about that, as the person is paying you rent on that property, the value of that rent keeps increasing each passing year. It keeps increasing. So you are gaining on both sides. You are collecting rent, and the value of your property is also increasing. That's the beauty of real estate. The beauty of real estate. Now let me share you a story. I have a friend, he's a personal friend of mine. He bought a land years ago for 2 million naira in a strategic location. Having bought the land, he wasn't ready to build on the land. So he just bought the land. He wasn't ready to build. It was even a bit bushy when he bought the land. Now, these motorcyclists, people that we normally refer to as Okada men, they came to him. They wanted to use the land as their park, motorcycle park. He agreed. They spoke about the money, the payment. They agreed on, I think it should be around 300,000 naira annually. That's what they agreed on. And this man, because it's more like situated in a strategic place, and every month this man every year he collects as much as 300,000 naira on a bare land. There is no structure there. He only gave them to start using the land as their park, and that's it. That's just it. So that's what we refer to as cash flow. You are leasing out your property and you are getting consistent income from those properties. Okay, even if you have a building or a house, renting it out and collecting rent annually or monthly as the case may be is also a means to generate consistent cash flow. All right, so I believe now that you've heard all these things, you'll be able to put all these things into practice. You'll be able to hedge your funds against inflation. You'll be able to know that saving in the bank is not as good as investing in real estate. Real estate gives you more return on investment. All right, so lastly, ensure you subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. Invite your friends and well wishers to watch this video. All right, and click on the notification button to keep getting important posts and updates like this on my channel. In this channel I post educative content. I try to educate people pertaining to real estate. Okay, so my name is Isaac Uchenna Okeke, and I'm a lawyer. I'm a real estate consultant as well as a property verification expert. So if you need any of my services, do well to reach out to me. Bye bye.